Another family. That's great. Thanks, Ms. Waters. Not just a family. Your family. Right, of course. My new family. It'll be great. Ms. Waters made that disappointed sound, a soft exhalation of breath that wasn't quite a sigh. You've been strong, Lexi, for so long. Lexi tried to smile. Don't feel bad, Mrs. W. I know how hard it is to place older kids, and the Rexler family was cool. If my mom hadn't come back, I think that one would have worked out. None of it was your fault, you know. Yeah, Lexi said. On good days, she could make herself believe that the people who turned her away had their own problems. On bad days, and they were coming more often lately, she wondered what was wrong with her, why she was so easy to leave. You have relatives, Lexi. I found your great-aunt. Her name is Eva Lang. She's 66 years old and lives in Port George, Washington. Lexi sat up. What? My mom said I had no relatives. Your mother was mistaken. You do have family. Lexi had spent a lifetime waiting for those few precious words. Her world had always been dangerous, uncertain, a ship heading for the shoals. She had grown up mostly alone, among strangers, a modern-day feral child fighting for scraps of food and attention, never receiving enough of either. Most of it she'd blocked out entirely, but when she tried, when one of the state shrinks made her try, she could remember being hungry, wet, reaching out for a mother who was too high to hear her or too strung out to care. She remembered sitting for days in a dirty playpen, crying, waiting for someone to remember her existence. Now, she stared out the dirty window of a Greyhound bus. Her caseworker sat beside her, reading a romance novel. After more than 19 hours, they were finally nearing their destination. Outside, a steel-wool sky obliterated the treetops. Rain caused squiggling patterns on the window, blurring the view. It was like another planet here in Washington. Gone were the sun-scorched, bread-crust-colored hills of Southern California and the gray crisscross of traffic-clogged freeways. The trees were steroid-big. So were the mountains. Everything seemed overgrown and wild. The bus pulled up to a squat, cement-colored terminal and came to a wheezing, jerking stop. A cloud of black smoke wafted across her window, obscuring her view of the parking lot for a moment. Then the rain pounded it into nothingness. The bus doors whooshed open. Lexi? She heard Mrs. Waters' voice and thought, "Move, Lexi." But she couldn't do it. She looked up at the woman who had been the only steady presence in her life for the last 6 years. Every time a foster family gave up on Lexi, returned her like a piece of fruit gone bad, Mrs. Waters had been there, waiting, with a sad little smile. It wasn't much to return to, maybe, but it was all Lexi knew. And suddenly she was afraid to lose even that small familiarity. What if she doesn't come? Lexi asked. Mrs. Waters held out her hand, with its veiny, twig-like fingers and big knuckles. She will. Lexi took a deep breath. She could do this. Of course she could. She had moved into 7 foster homes in the past 5 years and gone to 6 different schools in the same amount of time. She could handle this. She reached out for Mrs. Waters' hand. They walked single file down the narrow bus aisle, bumping the cushioned seats on either side of them. Off the bus, Lexi retrieved her banged-up blue suitcase, which was almost too heavy to carry, filled as it was with the only things that really mattered to her: books. She dragged it to the very edge of the sidewalk and stood there, perched at the rim of the curb. It felt like a dangerous drop-off, that little cliff of concrete. One wrong step.
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it, at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.